I'm uncertain as to why I'm here. Why do I exist here? I like things simple. I don't care for the complicated, the convoluted. It must be simple. And simplicity is showing me this world as it is. There is good, there is bad. There's good, there's evil. And I keep seeing several times each week reference made to being in the dark, going into the dark, facing the dark. I've done so. I believe I'm still healing. I don't believe I'm completely healed. But I have spent a number of years, quite some time, going within. I've chosen solitude after being involved in a queer community, LGBT, alphabets. I was there. I was in entertainment, show, performance art, being on a mic on stage, and performing for the crowd, the audience, being on the radio. My voice, always about the uniqueness of my voice. My voice has changed over the years. My voice is not as it used to be. And I realized my voice was not for singing. I'm not a singer, but they tried to make me a singer. And with the singing, because I had a nice body, 36D, 2636, and they wanted to push me towards sex work, prostitution, anything to do with the body. And I never felt quite comfortable because I was never so feminine. I was a tomboy. But I learned to balance my feminine and masculine sides. I embrace them both. I was born female, girl. I never wanted to be a boy. I was fine being a tomboy. That just meant that I played better with the boys, because the boys did things that I preferred to do, which were more physical, being competitive at sports, being physical. The girls just wanted to hang around, sit around and play with dollies and play with, fake little kitchens. And I was actually in the kitchen using the appliances at a very young age, experimenting with recipes from my grandmother's cookbooks. I believe I was as rounded as possible, but I did not really get the experience of being fully male, which meant working with tools. They seem to have kept me from using tools, building and mechanics and all of these things that really interested me, but there was no one around to influence me in that endeavor. So I was more into being domesticated because that was more available to me. Okay. Now, I observe in the world, one thing I've noticed that has been made clear to me, especially today, I've arrived at the conclusion. After having sat with myself in solitude for so long and done it so often, I went deep within myself. I am aware of what I'm capable of, but I choose the light. I choose my light. I don't disagree that there is darkness within us all, but I've chosen to not embrace that darkness. I've gone beyond it. I've done the bad things when I was younger in my youth, and I learned from them. I learned that's not who and what I am or wish to be. A thief, a liar, one who was mischievous. No, I reached a point in my life where I chose to no longer participate in things that were harmful to others and myself. And I healed. Now I am observing the world as it is today, and I see so many being led astray. So many people are going along to get along, and that means they're doing bad things. To get money, they're doing bad things, always in the pursuit of money. The money that does not last because they're always broke. They're always broke because they are ill-gotten gains and they don't last. You can't really build on ill-gotten gains unless if you are in a legion, a principality or group that you've stolen from the masses and amassed their fortune, put it in your vault for, in quote, safekeeping, like the Vatican. They've stolen so much from the very people who still bow and serve and worship them because they cannot see the evil in them. But I can clearly see good and evil is in all of us. Some choose good, some choose bad. Some choose good, some choose evil. It's not about the religion, because the religious are no better or worse than any other. The religious are no better or worse than the non-religious. Spirituality is the same. The spiritual beings are no better or worse than the religious beings. Again, it's choice. Like the devil is in your mind and your heart. Who are you deep at your core? Are you going to choose to be on the good side or the bad side? It's as simple as that. I seem to draw these wicked ones because they see my light. I've chosen to light the flambeau, to hold the torch. I represent the light. I don't want to represent the darkness. In the darkness is where you all are doing the absolute worst and the most. And you do it because it awards you riches, what you consider to be riches. I don't. The material things, the money that you take to manipulate, the money that you take to influence, to buy and sell people. Slavery, prostitution, drugs, peddling things to people that harm them. The people who giving their friends or the little ones, the older ones giving the little ones, here, you want to smoke, have a smoke. And you put some crack or meth or whatever, fentanyl. I don't know about these drugs, but you're putting drugs in something as what I call, the cannabis. That's an herb. And then you're going to mix some nasty chemical with it and give to a child and get him hooked for life on this substance that he will crave for his entire life. And that is the demon in him that you've put in there because you're evil, because you have embraced the evil within yourself and cast out the light. It's as simple as that. I don't need to have a long speech. I just see clearly. I see through people. I read people. This is why I can't be around many people. I can't. When I meet you, you start to talk to me. Your energy, I read your energy. I couldn't tell whether you're a good or a bad person. And even if I see you're bad, I will stick around and try to see how bad you are and whether or not I can penetrate your walls to have you have a light inside of you to shine, because you're so, enveloped by the darkness. And that could be a result of your environment, how you were raised, the people around you, your influences. It could be your mother. Your mother could have been devilish. Your father could have been a demon in the worst absolute sense. Your mother could have had boyfriends who touched you inappropriately, who even raped you. And now we have those same evil ones dictating language, which they keep changing to suit them, like they keep moving the goalpost. So there was a word, because as a baby I was sexually touched as an infant. And that affected me to such an extent that I had not even remembered, but I had I'd had a repressed memory. So the molestation I had not remembered, but things people were saying indicated that there had been an issue with me and the color black. I was fearful of black things. And at the age of 27, when I had a flashback, And I realized, shit, I had repressed this memory when I saw the little girl, a little baby. It was a baby in a crib. And I said, who is this baby? I said, oh, that's me. And then I saw the man's head. He was lowering his head into the infant's crib, into my crib. And I named him. I said, Clancy. Clancy had been a baker in my grandmother's bakery. And he had come to the room where I was laid to rest, supposedly peacefully as a baby. And he defiled me. He put his mouth on my genitals. And it was such a trauma to me that anytime anyone came near me with anything black, or I saw something black, I would scream and cry and freak out. And they kept saying to me, when I became a punk rocker, I was into the new wave era of wearing all black and being morbid. That was before the goths. Then the goth took over from the punks, right? And they said there was no future, in England. The punk rockers, they could see what I could see, the evil in the world. But it's like they gave up. They got drowned in alcohol, liquor, and drugs, chemicals shot into their veins. That's what they chose, to become degenerate instead of rising. I had friends who were punk rockers. I saw the way they chose to live. They lived that way in filth and squalor, dirt, nastiness, vomit, blood, spit, and shit. And I said, no, that's not me. I had to leave my punk rock friends behind. I had to, because I couldn't live that way. But I understood. They came from these underprivileged background in a place such as England, London, Bristol, wherever in England. They were poor, and yet they had to bow and curtsy and serve the queen, the monarchy, the whole royal family, looking down at the rest of them. And we, little children in the Caribbean, I was in Catholic school, indoctrinated by my family, and we had to sing, God save our gracious queen, long live our noble queen, God save the queen. I thought they were African queens. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, God save the queen. I was like, whoa, long to reign over us? How the hell do they have these black children on a little island in the Caribbean singing this song, long to reign over us? Why must this German originated entity now in England, where I heard the queen used to be black, she was dethroned, she was murdered? It's kind of like California queen, gone. Hawaiian queen, gone. And we are being replaced around the world. They take from us and enslave us. And I don't know what kind of voodoo that they took from the Egyptians in this psychological warfare, and I can always see right through it. And I decided I had to leave the church because it was not serving us. In the world, it's not. They've made it into a racial thing and politicized, and this group against that group, the blacks against all the non-blacks who hate black people because they've been taught by these people of pallor, the pale ones. They seem to have evil deep within them. And yet I've met pale ones who were loving and kind. So I cannot say that all pale people are demons. No. Same as I cannot say that all black people are good. I realized how we've been so influenced by their media that they control. They control all narratives. They tell you how to think, how to act, how to behave, and they teach their people to shit on us, literally, to such a degree that somehow it gets flipped in their minds. They came to me when I was a domina and wanted me to defecate on them, to urinate on them. They called my piss African, no, they call them golden showers. I said, no, they're showers of African gold, just to play on words of how much they've stolen, how much gold they've stolen from the African continent. They also stole resources from Canada. They've colonized the whole world. Colonization was just theft and control. And if in these times black people still refuse to wake up and bow and worship these entities that are evil, then why am I here? I just spread the word, and spreading the word means that I am shadow banned, that I am blocked, that I am restricted, that I'm always being surveilled, being monitored, every single thing I post online. There is swift action taken. I have to be mindful of how I speak. Now, I've noticed for a number of years now, when black people online are discussing things that are serious and important to their lives, to our lives, there are these demons that come on the posts, and you can see them. They will be laughing. They will be the only ones laughing. There may be one, there may be more, but they will be laughing when everyone else is not, because it's a serious subject. And I've come to learn that these are the operatives, these ex-CIA or FBI or whatever the heck they were, but they are evil, and they were part of that cabal that is there to dominate us, because they know that they ain't shit. No matter how much money they have, no matter how much wealth they amass from what they've stolen and put drugs into areas where black people reside to try to F you up. Doesn't matter, they're still low. Either you're high or you're low. And some people, no matter what they have, where they've been, they remain low. And I think that's their choice, or maybe it's their heritage, their destiny. I know who I am. I may have nothing and be the greatest. That's how I feel. I am as a little mustard seed. You should see the mustard patch in our yard. It just produces. We don't have to water it. We have to do nothing but pick the mustard greens, bitter greens that I now enjoy. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Don't comment. Don't comment. I don't really care about that. It's about my expression. It's something I've always done. I know there's YouTube. YouTube is also one of those platforms where, like Facebook, we are heavily surveilled. We are reprimanded and punished, and they make sure that, they threaten you. Your posts, your page is going to be unseen. I could see when I put the story up, and I could see, it's been up for 17 hours and it's been viewed by 5 people. You know what's going on. You know what's going on. They are evil if they're doing that. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. Good day.